Hollie. Yay! We need to start with some healthy food. Hi.
Hi,
Guys, how are you?
hanging in.
You know, it's election night. Oh my God.
Oh my God, are we ever gonna not have the total shell shocked? Like,
No.
look, I know.
It's kind of what
For a while, I
it's
think.
about. It's what this thing is all about, coping, because it never ends.
That's right. Yeah, I know. UK shut down. LA's a bad. Where is it bad where you are, Hollie?
It is. It's horrible. It's really horrible. We are in total. Like I said, we've been in purple now for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'd make it more if they could, like black. Like I don't know what other color they're supposed to go after purple. So it's been horrible. Our county, and we border Alameda County, which is the East Bay of San Francisco, and both of our counties are just a mess. It's a mess. So just stay safe, everybody. Wear your masks. Wash your hands.
Wear your damn mask. This is super infectious time.
Make your fire cider. I did.
I'm gonna make some over the weekend.
For sure. Yeah. Whatever we are taking our vitamin D and our zinc and our vitamin C and just staying away from people. It's really,
that's the best thing I think right now is just staying away from people as much as possible. I was really freaked out today because I cracked my tooth and I had to go to the dentist. I'm like, oh, I don't want to go in there.
I went to my dentist 2 months ago and it was like going into a Superfund site. I mean, they're just fully covered with shield suits and duct tape their gloves on. I mean, it's a very susceptible industry, profession. So they have to be very, very careful. So anyway.
Yeah.
Other than the, impending.
Yeah. Woo! Now to get rid of the COVID-19, as some people are calling it, as in 19 pounds.
Seriously. The chocolate situation got a little out of hand there towards the end. I have to say.
I know my acupuncturist is working on David and she touched this point and he goes, ow. And she goes, yeah, everybody's got that point. Ow, it's your sugar point.
And I'm not a sweets person. And I literally just couldn't eat enough chocolate. Just could not.
Who's saying thanks to me that we have a great show? Thank you very much.
Thank you for whoever saying that. Thanks. Season 2 here. Hollie, you're episode 2. Season 2.
Woo!
You guys had so many, you had to restart the clock because you were already in quadruple.
I know, seriously.
We were saying last night it's really season 10 or 11, but by normal TV standards.
I know. I was listening to Charles, what's his name? Rosenberg, the attorney, has a podcast, and he's like, it's opening season 4 of The Oath, and I'm like, season 4? You just started. How did you get on season 4? I'm like, oh, that's a normal season.
I know. It's been a lot, but we are grateful to be here. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's safe. So it's time to get the greens out, the dark greens. We're bringing out the big guns here.
Yay!
Okay. Hello.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
So this is so tonight we're gonna make a shrimp stir fry. Stir fry is a very loose term. And basically we're going to make just a super simple version. And this is a perfect, whatever is in your refrigerator, clean out kind of meal. You can substitute, you can put carrots and chard or celery, peppers. We're going to do some bok choy, which is a little more traditional. Look at this little baby bok choy they have at the market. So this is a great thing to just broccoli, cauliflower. I mean, it's endless.
I'm making it tonight after you do with broccoli and tofu and bok choy and peppers and.
Yeah. So as you can see, we have the wok here. Watch this. Ready?
Look at you, Walkie Wick.
Yeah. And this can also, if you don't have a wok, you can use a cast iron or just a regular frying pan works too. The woks are just kind of fun, and it's an ancient way to cook. So what we're going to do tonight is talk a little bit about how to cook with your wok, because it's really important. It's so easy with stir fry to end up with a big soggy mess at the end. It's not good. Nobody wants a soggy mess at the end. So
someone's asking a question. Stir fry is healthy, right?
Yes, it depends. Well, like anything, it depends what you put on it. They do make organic Twinkies, so I can't Oreos, so I can't tell you. A lot of the recipes for the sauce, so that we're doing a simple sauce tonight that's soy, ginger, and garlic. So those are three very traditional Chinese flavorings, and actually many Eastern culture flavors. But if you're adding really good fresh ingredients, yes, stir fry can be really healthy. One of the things that was interesting was that a lot of recipes call for brown sugar or honey to put in the recipe, and I personally don't do that. Just it's funny, when I was pregnant with my daughter, I had gestational diabetes, and one of the things when they're looking through all your diets and everything and what you can eat and what you can't eat, was that I couldn't have Chinese takeout. And we eat Chinese takeout all the time. I love Chinese takeout. And it was because they add a lot of sugar in their sauces, a lot of brown sugar. And so I had no idea how much sugar they were putting in and stuff. And so when you make stuff on your own, if it does taste a little different, you can always wean yourself off it too. So if you really cannot live without the little bit of sweet in the sauce, just put it in, but maybe next time put a little bit less. Because you really don't need to be adding extra sugar. That's just my opinion, but and you won't miss it. You won't miss it either. So we're not going to be adding.
And you can also control the oil, the amount of oil you use.
And we're going to use coconut and sesame seed tonight. Again, when you're cooking in a wok or in a cast iron, you want to flash cook this, especially the shrimp. And what I mean by that is that you want it on a high heat and you want to do it quickly. That way, if they just sit in there too long, they're just going to get like little hard rocks of shrimp, and it's not what you want. You want the shrimp to be nice and cook through, but it only takes it takes 2 minutes to cook them through. Yeah. And we're going to take them out and set them aside. So anyway, instead of me explaining it, why don't we just do it, shall we?
Okay.
All right. So first, what I should have been doing while I was blathering on.
Is that a non-stick wok that you have?
This does have a non-stick on it, but it isn't the Teflon. Okay. So it's an iron. This thing weighs a lot. So it is cast iron, but it does have a coating on it. So we're gonna what you really want to do is let this thing get hot. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cook the shrimp, and then a lot of woks, as you can see, come with. Let me get out my tongs. This really cool little grate thing here. Mm-hmm. Really great.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
The nice thing about the grate is this is where you can rest stuff so that you don't get that sogginess at the bottom. So what we're going to do first is we're going to make the sauce. So
What brand of wok is that?
It is a Bodum, Bodum.
Oh yeah, they make my coffee press. Okay.
Yeah.
So I like to make my sauce in a little surprise mason jar. Everybody.
She's got one.
I do every size. I like to have a little bit of this, and then as long as you're not adding anything that you have cooked in here back into this jar, this you can just keep in your refrigerator and reuse it for other things. You can put chicken. You can substitute this recipe for chicken, tofu, steak, whatever you want. But you can save the sauce. So we're going to start off with garlic, of course. Now look at this. Look, now that's a knife. Look at that.
I love the cleaver.
This is a new weapon that we got for Christmas.
Careful.
I have this. So these are those fancy Japanese knives. My husband.
I love that.
I don't need the cleaver to chop the garlic.
Oh, just use it.
It just seems fun. I just want to use it anyway.
It's election night. Use the cleaver.
I want to keep all my fingers. It's not good when you chop a finger off.
I'm scared. I didn't want to see any blood.
And I hacked my lime tree to take all the limes off, but I really cut up my fingers doing it. I should have had my gloves on. So you're going to start with just mince your garlic. And the thing about garlic, you have to remember, the aromatics it burns. And my least favorite flavor in something is burned garlic.
Oh, really?
I just can't. I think it can ruin.
Oh, it's bitter.
It's just bitter, and it's not good. So as a rule, I usually add the garlic later sometimes than the recipes call for, because sometimes it just sits there in the oil. It's just going to burn and get bitter, and then everything's going to taste off. So we're going to do 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, and we're going to put that in our little cute jar here. Okay.
Yes, I remember beaver cleaver. I was going to say June cleaver.
Cleaver.
So next, we're going to do ginger. And ginger, as you know, is a root, right? Very good for you. Great for your digestion. If I'm mincing it like this, I'll take the outside when I'm peeling it off, and I'll save it, and I'll put it in my tea the next morning. Just drop it in your tea, your green tea or your herbal tea. It's just a great way in the morning to get your digestion going. Okay, so we're going to take this and also mince it. With ginger, you don't want to get a big bite of ginger. So there are several ways you can do it. Because we're going to do 2 tablespoons of minced ginger, it's really good. Take your knife. I don't know if you guys can see me, but really put one hand on top. Really get that chopped up, because it's kind of fibrous, and nobody wants to have a big old chunk. Well, maybe you do, of ginger, but
well, last night when I had to grate ginger, Debriana gave me this cool thing for Christmas, that little plate that makes it perfect. So I wouldn't have to do what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, in case you don't have the plate, you can do it. I do, since she just gave it to me. It's over there, and I can't get it right now. We're going to do the old-fashioned way. Okay, so my wok
She has a sharp new knife.
I do. My wok is starting to smoke a little bit, which is fine.
Do you have oil in there or not?
I'm putting the oil in right now. So I'm going to do, okay, so that's 2 tablespoons of ginger and 1 tablespoon of garlic. I'm going to add, I told Deborah, I was looking for soy sauce. I have not 1, not 2, 3 jars of soy sauce that have about 2 tablespoons in them. So we're going to clean my kitchen tonight. Thank you.
Awesome.
We're going to do a cup of soy sauce.
All the soy sauces.
I have a bunch of different kinds of soy sauce, like black soy sauce, double black soy sauce.
I mean, it was so funny when I was looking. I think what happens is I panic. Oh my God, at the store, I don't have any soy sauce. So then I overbuy.
Yep.
And I have 3 things of it. And then nobody knows. We start all of them. So we're eating out of all of them. Anyway.
Well, there's nothing worse if you are eating something that calls for soy sauce and you don't have it.
There's no substitute.
You're screwed if you don't have the soy sauce.
Well, and I keep the little packets from the Chinese restaurant.
Just in
case. I have them right here. And I also do the ketchup. They're right there in my drawer.
That's the survivalist in us.
I'm Milton. Milton saying, "Oh, thanks for being here,
Hi, Milton.
We missed you too, Milton. How you doing? Hope you're okay."
Happy New Year.
All right, so we're going to put a good tablespoon of coconut oil.
How long do we get to keep saying Happy New Year?
Coconut oil
until Biden gets in office.
Okay, that works.
We're gonna have a positive every day for the next 15 days.
So coconut oil can withstand the high heat of this wok. So it's important when you're doing this to use oils. A couple recipes I saw had olive oil. Don't use olive oil. It's not made to go in a wok in a high heat like that. I guess if you're cooking something in a low heat.
No, see, now this is a thing. You could use peanut oil, which has a high temperature 0.2, but coconut oil is actually much better for you.
Yeah, I have peanut oil and I do use it for frying because it is nice for that. But I think the flavor of coconut works a little better with this. But it's up to you.
Well, there are low sodium soy sauces, but yes, they are salty. I find the black soy is not as salty as like what you buy off the shelf in, say, Trader Joe's.
Yeah. So,
oil, yes. Sesame oil can endure the high heat also, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But remember, sesame has a super, super pungent flavor. It's very strong. So just a tiny bit of sesame. So that's why I do 2 tablespoons of the coconut and 1 teaspoon of sesame. Because too much sesame overpowers. So this is our little sauce we made. I added the juice of 1 lime as well.
Okay.
I'm just gonna shake it up.
Okay.
I'm just gonna let that stay. Okay. We're gonna take the shrimp. So this is shrimp that has been deveined. It has been deshelled, although they left the tails on. I like the tails on because it leaves good flavor. But you just have to remember to take them out. Or, some people want to eat them, whatever. I personally will take it off. You can buy shrimp. These are sort of flash frozen. You can buy it with the shells already on. It just makes it a little messy when you're fishing it out. If we made a cioppino for Christmas, and I always leave all the shells on because that you're cooking a broth and you want to really get that good flavor out of it. But something like this that we're cooking quickly, you know what? Just let somebody else do the work on this one.
Okay, Peggy. Yes, noted lemon squeezer that she used for her lime.
I did. Okay, so we're gonna add. It wouldn't be my night if we didn't add something of Hollie's homegrown. So I have a lime, mint, pepper, salt. We're gonna put a little bit of that on the.
It's hot. That's what's called hot, people.
It's hot.
That's hot.
Yeah, we're gonna make it. I think I've been talking too much and now it's too hot. So we're gonna add the shrimp.
Okay.
It has water,
Now,
so you gotta be.
Did you put anything on the shrimp yet?
I'm gonna put a little bit of my salt, just a little bit, because like you said, the
Oh my God, those are huge.
I know, aren't these beautiful?
Are they jumbo? Jumbo? Just regular?
Yeah, I mean, you can get shrimp in several sizes. I start to go Forrest Gump on me, but
Well, just in case people don't know, when you see shrimp that will say 18 to 20 count, that means it's 18 to 20 per pound.
Right.
So the lower the number, the bigger the shrimp.
All right, there's the shrimp.
Yum. That looks good.
Okay, I'm happy now.
You're just gonna put a tiny bit of salt on there, not much. Because again, we're gonna put a lot of soy in this.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't need it, but this will help it break down. So this just stays on our wok here. Ooh, it smells good. And shrimp cooks really, really quickly. Now this was still a tiny bit frozen. So it's got, it's gonna get a little quieter now. So it just has, it is a little longer.
So what are you putting in there? A pound?
This was 2 pounds.
2 pounds. Okay.
This is for at least 6. We're gonna put this over rice tonight. This is dinner for my family, but as you know, and as I've mentioned, my family eats a lot, so we always do a little more, and then that way I can have it for lunch if I want to.
Well, it's always nice to have leftover Chinese.
Yeah, exactly. And this gets better. It can be just as good the next day.
Oh yeah.
So these literally should take 2 to 3 minutes. The thing with shrimp is it's very simple. You want it to be pink.
Yeah.
So it was gray when we put it in. As you can see, we're starting to get some pink color in here. Thing about the wok is the closer to the bottom, the hotter the pan. So we'll be more aware of this when we do the veggies. But think of the weight of veggies and what it takes to cook. Like a floret of broccoli just takes longer to cook than, say, some chopped great dark greens like the bok choy or the chard. So what I like to do is I start them at the bottom and then I kind of move them up the sides as we go.
So do you do your thing, Hollie, where you cook something and then you actually take it out and put it back in later?
The shrimp we're going to take out right after it cooks. I'm going to put it on a plate and we're just going to set it aside. Okay. Because shrimp is one of those things, it's so easy to overcook and it doesn't taste great when it overcooks. Some people that don't like shrimp, I think, like a lot of seafood, it's because it hasn't been prepared properly for them or it wasn't fresh seafood's tricky to make sometimes. So the most important thing about seafood is don't overcook it, and that's all I have to say about that. All right.
Yes, we like sound effects.
They're like the sound effects of the shrimp.
All right. So that's basically, again, this could not have gotten, I opened the bag, I put it in a colander in the sink, and now we're, this was super, super
Yay.
simple. And the same, instead of shrimp, you can substitute this with tofu, with, like we said, you can slice chicken breasts or chicken thighs and put them in here. You can
do yum.
You can do steak, thinly sliced some steak, and this is, as you could hear, was so hot that it really just. Okay, these are almost done. Now remember, this is 2 pounds of shrimp, so you really got to make sure that.
I'm doing tofu tonight, and right now my tofu's been pressing for an hour with a cast iron on top to get the water out. This took me years to learn. I had no idea that I was cooking tofu with water in it, and it repelled all the flavor. I had no idea.
Well, not only that, but it starts to get crumbly. And then when you're literally doing the tossing and the stir fry, the tofu breaks apart. And then you just have these weird, like cottage cheese things of tofu in your stir fry. And that's not good. You can also, I like to bread them in brewer's yeast and then fry them. And they have a nice coat on them if you want to do that. Okay, this is looking good. Let's grab a bowl.
That looks really good. We got to watch it.
I'm ready.
I know this is something we can actually watch, right? Because here we go. Okay, because it cooks so fast. All right, I got a couple here that need on the bottom. Not quite done yet.
Are you going to put it back in to the whole final, like when it's in the wok, to heat it up? Then? Okay.
We're going to add the veggies next, and then we're going to add our sauce last, so our garlic doesn't burn. And then we put the shrimp back in, toss it one more time to warm everything through, and then we're done. You take it off the heat because you don't want it to get soggy. Because as you can see at the bottom of this now, well, I don't know if you can see, but because this shrimp was still a little frozen, there's some liquid at the bottom of this. Now that has good flavor, but I don't want a ton of liquid when I'm putting in my veggies. So we'll see how much we have here. I may let some of that boil down. Let's see. I just was in a hurry and didn't take out my shrimp in time. But you all will be smarter than that. Okay, so our shrimp, let's take it out. And you can feel it's nice and firm. And this is a perfect, it just does not need to be cooked anymore. It can be warmed through, like I said, when we're done. But
I don't think so. I don't think there's any particular reason you're using a stainless steel bowl, is there?
No, it was the closest to the camera.
That's the reason. There is a reason.
I was going to use a plate.
It may not be your reason, but it's definitely Hollie's reason.
This is, my staff is off, right? So it's me.
Oh my God, how did she get a staff?
Wouldn't that be nice? Okay. So let's
get all the staff right here.
We missed the staff. Okay. Let's get all of this off. These are fun to do in the summer with all those veggies you get too, the zucchini and the eggplant. But now in the winter, the best things to get are the look at our beautiful shrimp.
Pretty. Beautiful.
Okay. I'm just going to set that aside for now. Actually, I don't have much liquid left here, so we're good. And that's the nice thing about the wok is it really cooks everything down.
Well, you don't have to add fish sauce. I always have fish sauce.
You can add fish sauce to this.
Yeah.
But I was speaking because the shrimp, it does let off some juice. We're good. We're going to add another tablespoon of the cook. So I did 1 tablespoon for the shrimp. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of coconut oil for the veggies.
Okay.
And this time we're going to add a little bit of the sesame oil. What did I say for sesame oil? We're going to do.
You said 1 teaspoon. Okay, this is Peggy. She's laughing, saying Hollie has a staff and sound effects.
Yeah.
Unlike Brianna and I.
Very privileged here. We're very privileged.
Yeah. This is my sound effects.
It's all in my head.
The sweat off my brow.
Oh, my imaginary staff in my head. Okay, so the next thing, so we're going to look at, the thing is evaluate what you have, right? So for this recipe, I'm choosing celery, chard, bok choy, and red peppers. I like the color combo. They looked good in the produce section. And again, for this time of year, the dark greens are always a good choice. So when you think about this, we're going to be like, okay, so what is the heaviest? What do you think has the longest cooking time? My guess are the celery and peppers, right? Mm-hmm. So they have hard, things like the chard and spinach and things like that. They wilt very quickly, so they don't need a lot of cooking time. So we're going to start with our celery and our peppers.
I think the mistake people make, and I say this from personal experience,
right?
Making like a stir fry in college, and I just like, let's just put everything in at the same time, and it just got all weird.
Yeah, and your celery leaves, if you have them on your stock, they give great flavor to this. I just wanted something that had a little bit of a crunch. You can put watercress in here. You can do carrot. My kids like carrots, so I can put carrots in there. So we're going to do like a cup of celery here, a cup of chopped celery.
I bought cashews tonight. I'm going to put cashews in mine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
good too.
Put peanuts in. It's good.
Yeah. Okay, so we're throwing in a cup of celery. Then we're going to do our peppers.
Holly is measuring well this evening.
Burn, it's a burn.
Get on it. All right.
No. So I didn't measure one damn thing, so everybody's mad.
So with peppers, an easy way to cut them is slice off the top and then just go around. And then you go around the middle, and then you don't have to worry about taking all the seeds out. You just kind of cut around the ribs. Okay, so then you get these little pieces. I like to cut them lengthwise, like this, like little sticks. And toss them in. Okay, we're gonna let that.
Do you eat with sticks? I do.
Oh yeah, that's another thing you see from the takeout. They always give you too many. This is my drawer here with my soy sauce and my sticks. I got them all in one.
I love eating with chopsticks.
Yeah, I do too.
It's a good skill to have. Okay, so we're gonna do. Let's see, we got one bell pepper here. We want to do two. Yeah, let's do two. My son likes bell pepper, so we'll do two bell peppers. All right. So when I'm putting this in, what I did with the celery, if you can see, is I started to just push the celery up to the sides. And this is a good wok trick. Push your celery up because that went and that's cooked for cooking. But we don't want it, again, to get soggy. So now we're going to put the peppers in the middle where the high heat is and let them get the highest heat while we're preparing other things. Okay? And then when they're done, we're going to push them out a little bit. But like I said,
I do. I like the celery that has the leaves on it better than with the leaves cut off.
Yeah,
myself.
There's a ton of flavor in those leaves. And if you like parsley and cilantro in your cooking, think of it that way, that you're using it kind of that way as just another, almost like an herb flavor. And this is, you could add parsley, mint, basil to this. It would be delicious too.
Also, the celery leaves are great for soup stock. I mean, those are key for soup, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so and by the way, we are not on full high heat with this. Unlike the shrimp that we high heat, this is on a medium heat. You don't want to scorch the veggies.
Shall I do my famous quote, Holly?
Yes.
So there's this Japanese chef named Mikio Kuchi, and when I was in my 20s and I was doing all that vegetarianism and everything, he said in one of his cookbooks, never kill the vegetables, just threaten them.
That's awesome.
And it stayed with me forever. And ever since I was like, okay, I don't want to kill these. I'm just going to
the veggies.
All right, we're going to do the onions next. And I like the onion. I don't like the chunky onions. I like them really thin in here. If you like them chunky, onions are going first. But I'm going to slice them really thin, like half moons.
Because you have a new knife. And it's
I have a fabulous new knife.
Nice. That's a really pretty knife.
Yeah, it is.
So half of a medium-sized onion and half moons. And we're going to get them nice and thin like that. And I like them like then it just gives onion flavor throughout, but you're not going to get a big old hunk of onion. Okay, so now you can see my bell peppers are starting to lose a little.
Yep.
Cooking. We're gonna push them out to the side, and you can hear the pan. It's not super hot. Woo. Okay.
So someone saying, "Hello, ladies, first time on your live stream, love it." If this is your first time, hi, nice to have you. We don't know who you are because for whatever reason, our stream doesn't tell us who it is, but we guess all the time.
Yeah, we'll see you later when we go on the page later.
Or you can identify yourself now if you want.
Yes,
Up to you. But thanks for watching.
Yeah.
So now we've got celery's at the very top. We've got the you can kind of see how we're grading here. So we're gonna let the onions cook because we really want to get those nice and cooked. So now they're in the highest heat at the bottom. So I'm
really learning things right now. I've never done this with my stir fry.
Really? I don't know
levels. I've never done the levels, pushing them off.
It helps.
I guess it's because I worked in Chinese restaurants for a long time.
Especially with the shrimp, because if I'm not lathering on, this cooks super fast. So when you're doing it at home on your own, this can all happen in like 10 to 15 minutes. So it's pretty easy there. So we're gonna do the chard and the bok choy next. Whoops, we lost our fancy thing. Let's keep that on.
No.
That's really cool. It makes me want to get a wok.
Well, you don't have.
What are you cooking it in?
I used to have one.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Shh.
Yeah. So that will be the next good purchase for us for you. So with the bok choy, again, I don't like to get it too small of the pieces because this has a lot of. Let me rinse this really quick.
I love the bok choy. I love they have good bok choy at Trader Joe's.
I have beautiful baby bok at Sprouts today, and I got it. But I'm gonna make mine in my giant, ceramic where I make everything.
You don't have to have a wok. It's fun. Honestly, it's more fun than anything else. And cast iron or even just a good frying pan skillet is perfectly fine for this. So bok choy has a little bit of a sharpness to it. It's a little stronger than the chard flavor. I really like it. We're just gonna get good.
I grew it a lot this summer. Take the bottom off, make it grow.
Yeah, the ribs are kind of like celery. So cut off the ends. You cut off the bottom part.
Yeah, see that bottom part? I stuck toothpicks in it, put it in water, and it started to regrow. And I grew it all summer.
Okay, so our onions are looking pretty good here. We're going to push them up
Hi,
now.
Gloria.
Hi, Gloria. Welcome to the live stream.
Okay, now we're saying the bok choy. We're going to let that cook. Because like Lisa said, we just want to threaten this. We want it. I like a little crunch and keep it fresh. You don't want to cook it to death. Don't kill your veggies.
We grew up with a grandma who, let's just say, the Swiss chard.
Oh my God. I grew up with a grandma-in-law that used to put, this is how she started Sunday dinner. She would take a can. Okay, let's just start with it was a can of vegetables. They're already cooked. So she would put them in the green beans in the pot on the stove and then put her roast in. And she would start the vegetables then. And I'd walk into the kitchen and turn them off. She'd walk in, turn them on. I'd be like, they're already cooked. They're already cooked. They are now in their 10th lifetime. Now they're
just so people understand too, the health of and the nutritional value in all of this. If you cook it too much, you're going to lose all that. So you're being so good about eating your greens, you might as well get the benefit of all the good vitamins that are in it. If you cook it to death, you don't get any of that. So then it's just soggy mess.
So there you go. Death provides no nutritional benefits.
No, it doesn't. It really does. It's like a piece of paper. So, with the with the chard, you can cut the ribs can get kind of thick. Although our sister Heidi likes to keep them in.
I do.
Sometimes it depends. Like this had a lot on it, so I went ahead and cut it out. And then I keep a little bit, but I cut out.
I take mine out just for the record.
For the record, are you? Yeah, I'm somewhere in the middle. Fry. So this just gets a rough.
Take it out. You know what you do. Put it in the freezer for soup stock.
There you go. Okay.
So Hollie, she has goats. She just throws it over the fence.
Okay.
I
all recycled.
I do that. I really do that. Okay, so you can see the bok choy is nice and cooked down now.
Green.
The final frontier here. All right, we're not going to need my tray because I put it in a bowl. But normally, if I did like whole chicken thighs or whole chicken breast, I would put it on this little tray.
I got you. Yep.
We don't need to. Okay, so now we're looking really good here. We're going to push the bok choy up, keep moving everybody up. And we're going to add the chard. This is going to cook the quickest. And it looks like a lot now, but in about 2 seconds, maybe more, it's going to cook down. And again, we've done this all on medium heat. This is not on high heat. Now, if you watch the guys and the women at the restaurants with the big woks and it's on this super high heat, they do all of this in like 45 seconds.
Yeah.
But for those of us that aren't professionals, it's good to just, medium heat. Again, this has been cooking, 10 minutes? Not even that. It takes longer to cook. It does to cook. Okay, so this is starting to wilt here. So now's a good time to add our lovely little sauce. We're going to give it a shake. And if you do want to add the brown sugar or the honey, put it in here. But remember, on any high heat, that can burn. So we're just going to add, this is a cup. So we're going to add about a half a cup of this. Make sure you get all the good garlic flavor.
Mm.
Oh, that's going to be good. I'm making it tonight. I'm excited.
All right, and now we can bring everybody into the party. We're going to toss it all. Okay.
That's right. Diversity. We're about diversity.
There's nobody gets excluded.
Everyone gets to be cooked in the wok.
That's right.
And so now you've got it nice, and it's not soggy, right? So this is a good consistency. Now we're going to put our shrimp back in. Make sure you keep it
good, Hollie.
So yummy.
Bravo.
We're going to turn off the heat. We're going to give this a good toss. Tongs are great for this. Well, you can use a large spoon too if you want. I got used to using tongs a few years ago, and I can't live without them. It's like being able to use your hands.
Are those rubber tipped, like silicone tipped?
Silicone tipped, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that's it. So now you don't want to stay in the wok and keep cooking because it's going to get too hot. Ideally, I would have had my rice already cooked, and I would have had it plate. We put it on the plate, and then we take a nice scoop of this and put it right on. If you want extra sauce, you can put a little extra sauce on it. This is good to go. So after we finish, I'm gonna be yelling to my kids to come for dinner, and we're gonna eat this. So that's good.
So someone's asking, they missed the sauce. What's in it? It's very simple.
It's soy sauce, ginger, garlic, and lime juice. And I'll have the recipe posted when I post the pictures of everything. When we're done, you can download the whole thing.
It'll be on the Corona Kitchen page and probably tomorrow. Or
I didn't put the ramen up, but I will tonight.
Yeah. So that's it. So just make sure when you're done with this, if you leave this in here, it is going to get to be a bit of a soggy mess. So stir fry is really all about being prepared, quick cooking, and eating everything nice and fresh and not overcooked. So
yeah, woks come in different sizes. They're different sizes for a lot of the vendors have their own size, but yeah, they definitely do.
Yeah, this is a bigger one. You can get smaller ones. I like it bigger because, like I said, you really do want to use the sides. It's kind of fun to play with that, and it really does help not get that soggy consistency. Especially if you added the sauce earlier, what happens I find is that you just get this soupy mess at the bottom. This way, you just add it just last so the garlic and the ginger won't burn, but you still get that nice fresh flavor because it's all been heated through and it's released all the.
So say we're going to add nuts, they would go at the end as well. So like when I add my cashews tonight, that'll be my last thing because I hate overcooked
soggy nuts. Nobody likes soggy nuts.
You can even sprinkle them if you want to chop them up. You can just sprinkle them at the end before when you serve. You don't even have to put them in the wok. If you
That's true. That's true.
You can do that as well. But this you could put peanuts or cashews easy. So anyway,
Awesome.
that's it, kids.
Thank
We
you.
did.
Oh,
We're looking forward to it.
I'm so excited to eat this right now. I can't even tell you. I'm going to get my chopsticks.
Oh,
my
God,
mouth
I
is
know.
watering. That looks amazing.
So, for those of you who are new, Hollie has a business. It's called Hollie's Homegrown. And you can find it on the internet. And she makes salts and oils and soaps and tea. And she now
It's really easy. And she makes some incredible things. Also, you know, what's happening tomorrow, Debriana?
What? Oh, I'm cooking tomorrow.
Right?
But I'll tell you tomorrow what I'm making.
Right. Debriana's cooking tomorrow. Episode 3 of season 2.
That's correct. Oh my God. Can you believe it? Season 2 already. I've aged a lot last year. Please, we're last. Thanks, Hollie.